Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chandler, the Geek Slays, and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast, episode 60, where we have more entitled Twitch streamers to talk about. Again, what's up, Zach? How you doing?
Yo.
What's up, Wonder? Batman voice?
Come here, little boy.
Are we talking with the Batman voice?
You want some candy?
You gotta get a little more nasally, though.
You gotta get a little more nasally.
No nasally, but still deep. Yo.
La 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 la.
It's Christian Bale. It's like his costume had his nose blocked off.
You ever watch that guy that he's got a couple kids and was
Bat Dad? Yeah.
Bat Dad, yeah. I like that guy. He's fucking funny sometimes.
You ever see,
I like when the kid's like, "You're fucking weird."
What'd you say?
Words.
Did you ever see the YouTube channel College Humor making fun of Batman? It's always hilarious. I'll have to show you later if you haven't. Haven't seen enough yet. The trailer looks fucking sick, though, for the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Oh.
You know, where the one time he's beating the fuck out of the guy, and instead of saying, "I'm justice," he goes, "and I'm vengeance," and it's great. He's vengeance, and I love that.
I'm anemic.
Hopefully they make him a better Batman than what they did with Christian Bale, though. Those movies were great. But Batman is supposed to be... like, yes, he's a human, but he's not just a human. He's, at that point, almost a meta-human. He's that smart, that well-trained. Like, he's a master of, 160 different types of martial arts. He doesn't just know them, he's a master of them. Yo, what's up, Diner? How we doing today? But I don't know why we're talking... What?
I don't know why we're talking about Batman.
God, I can't do that very long. When we're supposed to be talking about the entitled Twitch streamers.
I deserve more than one bit.
Jesus fucking Christ. So, last year, around this time, Invader V, who's a Twitch streamer, got... is popular the right word? She blew up on the...
known.
A clip of her blew up on the internet. And the clip was her talking to her stream about if you have the hours and hours of time to watch my channel, then you have $5 to subscribe to me. You $5 a month. It's not the difference between eating a meal or not eating a meal. It's just $5. Everyone has that laying around. If you have the time to watch Twitch, you have $5. So, did an entire podcast episode talking about Invader V. Well, the dumb cunts have returned, and they've brought us... What the fuck was her name? I already forgot.
Cat's Play? Something like that. Pretty sure it's like Cat's Play or something.
Yeah, Cats Play TV.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Was
the only thing she's got going for her is she's got boobs and she displays most of it.
Oh, she makes sure you are looking at them.
Yeah. All while calling poor people
She literally called
disgusting.
them she's like, they're disgusting if they can't afford to subscribe to my channel.
Well, not only that, yeah, they're like, if you donate a 1 bit, just get off my channel. You're disgusting.
And then, if they haven't donated 100 bits, just ban them. It's like, wow, that's a great way to alienate your community. And really, is that the hot tub girl? I don't think so. Apparently, there's more. I haven't seen it.
But wait, there's more.
Apparently, the entitled Twitch streamers are taking over.
Right.
I already made a TikTok video. I was very loud there. I came in real hot.
Came in like a wrecking ball.
Hot girls are invading Twitch. That's not true. Half of them aren't hot. They just put their boobs on display.
Yeah. Yep.
That doesn't make them hot. That is not how that works.
No, it's just boobs.
Hot tub girls. Now that is true. If you go to the just chatting section of Twitch, like yesterday, the top 8 channels were all just chicks sitting in hot tubs. Which is like, fuck, I want a hot tub. That's what I take away from that.
90% of the viewers are men, and they're not thinking they want a hot tub.
Diner, I'm doing fine. How you doing? Got to answer that question.
Oh, I'm a little sore and tired because I just got done working out and then went and played basketball. So I suck at basketball, so I have to work extra. I have to work extra hard at it.
Same.
So, yeah.
But I don't. Fuck. That Christian Bale Batman voice fucked up my throat.
Here, I thought I was gonna have the problem with runner's cough. You know, that shit's the worst.
Fixing a keyboard, so I have to reach over my project. That's tough. But no, I don't get how. Fucking open extra wide. Get out of my space.
Get your massive fucking thighs smaller so you can close your legs.
Hey, no.
It's starting to smell like tuna over here.
That's bullshit. Thick thighs save lives.
They crush lives. They don't save them.
That's fair.
When's the last time you've seen, besides Dwayne Johnson, using thick thighs to save someone?
I don't know.
They're always crushing somebody's skull.
Well, I'm crushing this person's skull to save this person. It's the whole thing.
The circle of life.
Yes.
It's the circle of life.
Do you know, God, we are the most ADHD people ever. Do you know, in that movie, not a single roar was actually from a lion? It was tigers and some guy named Jeff with a trash can.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Because lions actually kind of roar like little bitches. There's also a reason why any lion that's ever seen a tiger gets clapped.
Well, tigers are technically larger than lions.
Yes,
I think.
but I also want to know why. How the fuck is a lion considered king of the jungle? They're not from the jungle.
Right, technically it'd be
Tigers are from the jungle. Can we talk about
They're king of the safari.
how in Falcon and Winter Soldier a bunch of people die? It's a Marvel movie. People are always dying. Have you watched Marvel?
This is true. True.
They're constantly killing people. But we might get into Falcon and the Winter Soldier lately. Let's go back to the topic at hand here. They're talking about lions and tigers and kittens. Oh my. I'm sorry.
Are you on crack?
No.
I think he's on crack.
No.
Anyway, entitled bitches.
Yes. How... I mean, I see how the exposure can help a person. But how does alienating your fan base help you? I mean, you get the exposure because millions more people are going to see you after you say some dumb shit.
Right.
So I see why you would do it, but also you're just fucking yourself over in the long run.
Right.
Also, my biggest thing is there's a reason people aren't subscribing to you, and it's that you make shit fucking content.
Yeah, the only thing you got going for you is you have boobs. That's about it. Like, go through. I bet you don't have hardly any women in your chat. And if you make genuine content, you would have male, female, and everything in between.
That's not fair. We have, like, what, one? And we haven't seen her in years?
That's true, but that's just because we're ugly.
That's fair.
But... And I'm not saying we make the most exhilarating
We make
content
great
all
content.
the time, but...
Sometimes. That Taco Bell video is top tier.
Yes, I would agree with that one.
That video should have blown up, and I don't know why it didn't.
Taco Bell.
That's like an hour
so
away.
far away. It's like an hour away.
I can't just go to Taco Bell.
The video cuts out.
I'm holding the taco.
Pops back up. I went and got
I went to
Bell.
Taco Bell. Ow. So good. Such good content.
Good. It was good. I'll give you props for that one.
It was a very expensive video.
Sure it was. The gas it took you to get over there. Then you bought the Taco Bell. Then you had to buy gas to get all the way back. You know?
Right? Okay, so science YouTube channels have massive male to female views. Technically, most internet content has a more male viewership rate than female. I don't know why, but YouTube channels, Twitch, TikTok, for most creators, your viewership normally leans very male.
That's because all the women are over on OnlyFans, where the real money's at.
Or they're just watching Netflix.
Disney Plus. That is
pretty much.
They're watching Disney Plus.
They're watching TV shows and shit, not internet content a lot of the time. Now that is starting to change. The more younger generations are all leaning more towards the free internet content. YouTube, Twitch. Because Twitch, for all intents and purposes, is free. You never have to spend money to watch Twitch. You don't have to. Most people do, but what creators have a massive female audience? I don't know. What creators have large female audiences? It's gonna say some dumb shit, I can tell. Not top 10. I don't want to see women streamers. I want to see. I don't know. Okay. First of all, this is the dumbest fucking headline I've seen. Why are women called influencers and men creators? They're not. I think every internet content creator, influencer person picks the title they want to go by. The people from Good Mythical Morning, I've showed you a couple of their videos. They're the guys who did the Guacapenis.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys they prefer to be called internetainers. Like internet entertainers, internetainers. Some people want to be just a YouTuber, or they just classify themselves as a Twitch streamer. Some prefer the term influencer. I prefer the term content creator, because I don't just create content on one singular platform. So.
Right.
An influencer, to me, just feels like it has a weird connotation with it. But, okay, if I was to make a guess on creators with a large female audience, probably like David Dobrik. He's a vlogger. Mostly because anytime I've ever heard somebody say they were a fan of David Dobrik, they were a chick. So, odds are David Dobrik's one of them. I don't know, honestly. Good question. You have heart palpitations?
I think I'm having a heart attack. But it's fine.
It would be amazing if you had a heart attack before I did.
I'm good at winning at everything.
Get fucked.
Call it a race and I won.
Get fucked. God. What? Eventually you'll have to go to Kim Kardashian.
She became
Institute of Advanced Fame. No.
She became a billionaire the other day.
Oh. Kim Kardashian is the weirdest person
Even
ever.
though I'm pretty sure she's the one that was bitching the other day because she was like, I don't get paid as much as such and such. I'm like, literally, you have over $1 billion. Shut the fuck up.
Also, what the here's my thing. What the fuck does she do? I mean, yes, she was in a porno a while ago.
Yeah, but that doesn't pay very well.
Right. She was in a porno, and then, I mean, she had a TV show, which is weird how porn to TV goes. Normally it's TV to porn.
Yeah.
But
because you failed at TV, so then you go to porn.
right. So, Rip porn. We get a TV show. How did she become a billionaire? I know Kylie Jenner did, but she created a makeup line. So, of course.
Right.
That one actually makes sense. She actually put in the work to do something.
Right. At least she created something.
But I don't know what Kim Kardashian does.
Google it. Google what does Kim Kardashian do? What does she do?
I mean, she's married. She was married to Kanye. What does...
That's probably where half her wealth came from.
No, because I don't think the divorce went like that. What does Kim Kardashian do? It says business person. What? I disagree. Entrepreneur, no. Yeah. Okay. Well, good job, Discord. Been live for 20 minutes. Way to figure that one out. Jesus. Kim Kardashian's net worth and how she built her empire.
Yeah, I'm thinking it had something to do with clothing or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's clothing,
so
makeup,
she's got a fashion line that...
But it's different somehow than Kylie Jenner's, who... Hers is actually... I don't know if she put in the work to make it. I feel like Kim Kardashian just slapped her name on some shit and said, "Here we
Probably.
go."
It's a $5 shirt, and you have to pay, because it has her name on it, her brand. It's like an $80 shirt or something.
It's like Supreme.
Yeah.
Only... What bugs me is, like, when I was a kid, Supreme was the loser skateboarder brand. And now it's like the high-class brand. It's like, no.
Supreme's not where it's at. 4Meat is where it's at.
What the fuck is that?
4Meat. Pizza.
Oh,
Supreme's not good.
go to
4Meat.
your room. See, I didn't know where we were getting pizza from. I was very...
Supreme pizza?
Yeah. I have never eaten Supreme pizza 'cause it's fucking trash.
Destiny, she doesn't like Supreme.
No point.
Like, I'm all about that meat. Giggity.
Of course you are. Of course you are. So, okay. All the Kardashians are technically rich and famous. Kind of. There's Kim. There's those other ones. There's Khloe, because she dated Tristan Thompson. That's the reason I know who she is. They were all famous because they were all on the same television show. I know Rob the brother is a fucking moron, so it's kind of hilarious to see him do stuff. Okay. We keep getting sidetracked from fucking entitled Twitch streamers here. We are bad at our job. This is why sometimes I feel like we don't need to do the podcast live. Because it's fun. Chat interaction's great, but also, the few times you do have a topic, you're never going to stay on topic.
Yeah. But if we stayed on the topic, we'd run out of something to talk about anyway on that topic, and then we would just move on to something else anyway, so...
Probably.
Who cares, It is what it is. That's why the other title is just chatting.
No, that's just the tag for... Just like when we're playing Call of Duty, it
Oh,
says,
you have to put it under a category?
Yeah, it's... Thank you, I couldn't think of that fucking word. Category, yes.
He just woke up, dude.
That's not really true, I woke up...
Shut up. I'm
When I
trying to
texted
fucking
you.
give you an excuse.
I should have just had you come over before you worked out, though, apparently.
Well, that wouldn't work because I was on my way by the time.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Trash.
Yeah. If you'd got up, an hour earlier, then...
Yeah,
sure.
I know.
But I was
I
like,
tried. But
I figure you don't get enough sleep, so I'd let you.
my sleep schedule's wild. Dude, I was trying so hard to fucking fall asleep last night. I went and laid down at 2 a.m. At like 11 o'clock this morning. And they're like, okay, you can sleep now. It's like, what the fuck?
That's how I am. I lay down when I'm like, okay, I gotta go to sleep. I'll lay down and I'll sit there and stare at the ceiling for...
Yeah,
So I was like, I might as well just get up and go work on my truck or play video games or
Yep.
do something to
Yep.
get my mind working to wear it out, apparently.
Yep. Yep.
My problem now is whenever I have something early I have to be to, it's like, I just woke up 3 hours ago. Now I have to go back to sleep? Okay.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Uh-huh.
It doesn't work like that. It just don't work. It just don't work.
No. But, so, I don't get it. I don't get no, put the screwdriver. Okay, you're being so loud. Just. I'm gonna move my hand and you are gonna stab me and you're gonna feel terrible.
Oh,
I'd be so happy. But
funny.
just let go and you
live.
your face would be like, you weren't supposed to move.
Like, you weren't supposed to let it happen. He wanted it. You guys seen it. My witness.
Okay, but I don't get how demanding money from people works. I don't get if you know.
Be part of government. Fit right in.
Jesus Christ. But, like, sitting here and, trying to shame people because they can't afford to subscribe to you, how does that work? What in your dumb little cunty brain makes you think that's a good idea?
I just, I feel like they're so stupid that they don't understand what their words mean, like when they say them. Like when you say, oh, you can't give me, if you're not going to give me more than a bit, then you're disgusting. That's literally calling poor people disgusting.
Right.
So,
The biggest,
and if she knows what she's saying, then
the biggest
that's
issue
just,
is
that's
like
even worse.
Technically, 60% of all adults in the U.S. fall under the poverty.
Right.
Teachers are under the poverty line, and sure, people probably don't have the money to spend on donations or bits or subscriptions because they work a full-time job and still can barely afford to be alive. There's a bigger issue here. But I've said it before and I will continue to fucking say it. When you sign up to be a content creator, you're not banking on money coming from subscriptions or donations or bits or whatever. That's not... Or even ads. I mean, except YouTube ads are way better than Twitch ads. Twitch, you get like 10%. YouTube, it's a full 60%. So, YouTube, you can actually accomplish a career on just ads. But, what you're doing is you're trying to grow a brand. That's what you sign up for when you become a content creator of any kind. Be it a streamer, less on OnlyFans, because literally the whole thing of OnlyFans is you get paid to create that content. So,
Right.
that one's a little different. But, Twitch streamers, YouTubers, I'll get to that in a second. Ludwig's still live, by the way.
Who?
Remember the streamer who's been live since March 14th?
Oh.
He's
Okay.
still going.
Oh, good for him.
Has over 200,000 subscribers on Twitch. Oh. He's made some bank. So, but your whole thing is to grow your brand. And then the money you get will become... The other night he was down under a minute. That might have been last night, but he was down under a minute, and
Then somebody was just sitting there.
yeah, they were
Subscribe.
waiting. Yeah. But you're growing your brand, and then through that you can get sponsorship opportunities with G Fuel, with HyperX, Logitech. Different brands will sponsor you. You'll become a sponsor, and then you'll do different things with that. Whether it's just like I do right now with the Secret Labs thing in the About section, where you can go buy a chair, and if you buy a chair, I get 8% of that, of whatever you spent on the chair. I would get 8%. So they use streamers to help them market their products, and the streamers get something back for it. That's truly where you can make a career out of this. Yes, Ludwig is sitting at 200,000 subs and probably is constantly sitting at around 20,000. That's probably just what he sits at on average. The same thing with probably Ninja's probably at like 10K right now. That type of a thing. So subs can be when you are at that level. But most people don't get to their level. But you can still make a career out of this at a lower level.
Right.
And it's through getting to the point where these companies will, be sponsors, you can be partners with these companies and do different things with them. That's what you're signing up for. No company is going to sponsor her after that.
Right, yeah.
She threw that away.
She would make them look so bad, you know?
Any company that is currently working with her, she just lost that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any companies are. Because, again, I don't know who the fuck she is.
Right, and so this, and this is my mindset, I could be a billionaire and still, off of, I made it, I made $1 billion off of streaming and stuff, and people are sending me a bit, I'm still gonna be like, oh yeah, thanks for the bit, I'm still gonna be grateful
for it because that's money that they worked for, and they feel like
right.
They feel like you deserve to have it.
To me, it's like every little bit helps, no matter how wealthy I am.
Right.
And at that point, by the time, if I'm that wealthy, most of the time I'm gonna donate it back to her. I'm gonna put it back into the community.
Yeah, you're gonna do something.
If I have that much money, I'm gonna have scholarships. I'm gonna help the hungry. I'm gonna,
even if it's just on this same level, you make that much money on Twitch, you're probably gonna be subscribed to a bunch of other Twitch creators and giving donos and stuff to them because. But you made it, so why not?
I still think those people who are donating are probably better than I am because that might be their only money they had at the time, and they gave it to me.
Right.
That might be the only money. So that's
Absolutely.
That means more than say me, a billionaire, going out and donating to a community. Because that person might have gave me their last cent versus me going out. Oh, I have $100. Woohoo!
See,
I have a lot more where that comes from.
See, I don't know if I'd go with it's more important because
I didn't say it was important. I just said that they're.
But I don't know if that automatically equals that they're better or anything like that. I mean, they gave what they thought they could. If you're doing the same, then it's equal. It's different, but it's equal.
It's kind of like that deal where there's two guys trying to get this woman. One guy walks up, gives her, $20, and then another guy walks up and gives her $100, and she picks the.
Just handing her money.
So, you got a homeless woman. Let's just say.
Oh, sure.
So you got a homeless woman, and you got two guys. So and she's supposed to choose which guy she wants to basically be with, in a sense.
Okay.
And one guy walks up, gives her $20, and she's super grateful for it. But then you got another guy that walks up and gives her $100. Well, she chooses the guy with the $100 because she thinks he gave him more. But in reality, the guy that gave her the $20, that was the only money he had.
Right.
So, who was, who should she have chose? The guy who had some money and isn't going to be hurt by giving it away, or the guy who is willing to give her everything even though he doesn't know her?
Fair. See, okay. Did Jeff Bezos ever say he'd be humble with money? Because maybe he did, but I don't know. But I'm going back on the correct topic here. Again, ADHD brains. But the whole point of this is to grow your community, grow your brand, do that type of thing. You've lost every possible opportunity at a brand deal. Most members of most communities on Twitch or YouTube aren't going to be willing to be a part of yours when you're such a daft cunt. But there's also the complete opposite of that, You know the people who I might hate more? The I don't stream for money people who have donation links, who have, bits
Right.
turned on, subs turned on, and then over exaggerate how excited they are when they get a donation. Because they know you can game the system that way. If somebody donates 50 cents to you and you get extra hype, people will donate more because they like that reaction.
Right.
So the people who are telling you I don't do this for money and then get super duper hype, like way too hype and you can tell like that's not genuine, are
Yeah.
so much worse. If you don't stream for the money at all, you wouldn't have turned on donations.
Right.
You wouldn't have turned on bits or, became an affiliate to be able to get subs. I come in and suddenly get called out. No, Dizzy, you know what I'm talking about. Probably better than anyone else watching or, hearing this ever. You probably know more of what I'm talking about. But don't lie to people and say, I don't stream for money, and then have all of these ways people can spend money and give you money. Because you're lying to them.
Well, just it's fun to be, you just tell them, money is not my main priority.
Right.
It's stream,
I didn't start streaming because, money. I started streaming because I love it. But I also want this to be my career. I want this to
Right.
be what I do for the rest of my life. So obviously, the money has to come somehow. But, just like it says in my donation link, donations are never required, but they are appreciated. It doesn't mean you solely stream for money, but if you truly did not stream for money, you would not have any of that turned on. And you cannot...
Right. If you if somebody shows up to your stream and they see, I don't do this for the money, but you
have 100 different ways of them
right.
giving you money.
Right. Then you don't truly
That's not true.
not
You
do
are
it for the
lying.
money. Is the thing.
We're
not saying there's a problem with
I'm not
collecting
saying-
money while you're
Right.
streaming. We're just
I'm saying the people like the new bitch, forgot her name again,
about the Cats Play TV.
something like that, something about that, who is saying, you have to give me money, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And then the people who are lying and saying, I don't stream for the money at all, I don't care about the money, I don't stream for it. Well, that's bullshit because you have monetization turned on. You run ads, you do all that stuff. You didn't stream for the money. At some point, you wouldn't do that. And I'm not saying your only priority in streaming is money when you have that stuff turned on. That's not it at all. What I'm saying is, and I can speak for myself here, I have all of that stuff turned on because I want this to be my career. And that's one of the steps you have to take to do that. But
Right.
I'm not going to be disingenuous and sit here and say, oh, I don't stream for money at all. Because that's bullshit. And
Right.
people can see right fucking through that. Okay, that's probably not true. Because
Yeah, some
again,
people
most
don't.
people have an IQ below room temperature. But you can't... I think both sides of that spectrum are wrong. I don't agree with people demanding money and, literally calling poor people gross. That's fucked up.
Yep. Disgusting.
Not
Oh, yeah.
gross. Disgusting.
Yeah. I think disgusting's worse. It's got
If they haven't donated more than 100 bits to my channel, fucking ban them.
because they're disgusting.
Because they're disgusting. Poor people are... It's like, fuck me.
You ever want to reach to the stream and just...
It's worse than Invader V, and I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty bad. It
Like,
just got
Invader V
worse.
was bad. But this makes Invader V look like a fucking saint, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
I really feel like Dizzy wants to hop in here and scream about things, but again, there's no way for us to. So, I have now figured out what all I have to buy for when I get a space to set up the podcast correctly. So that's cool. 4 more of those. Another $500 mixer. $600 mixer. A bigger desk. More chairs. More Secret Lab chairs, because they're not a sponsor, but I am affiliated with them. It is sick. More Secret Lab chairs. And then, an even bigger seat, because we have this extra desk here. For that area, it needs to be bigger. And then another TV, so we can have a place for when we're talking about something like this, we can just play the fucking clip for us to hear it, and then it can be on screen for them to see it, and then we can have it running through the mixer so they can hear it, and it works well. Hear me out, cleaner backdrop. Backdrop's great for my normal stream setup. It kind of sucks when we're doing this, but the backdrop would be cleaner. But also, what do you mean cleaner? There's nothing dirty about it. There's just stuff.
Trash.
There is a trash can back there, actually, but you can't see it. And
Yeah,
also,
your big ass covers it up.
Yeah. Or just the big ass chair does. It's a big
I
chair.
thought about getting the big
Titan.
chair. The Titan, but I didn't.
Opinions on a green screen for the podcast. Green screen for the podcast would be dumb as shit. Also, it just wouldn't work. For this podcast setup, we have to have the camera framed so wide. The Elgato green screen that I already own wouldn't fucking work. And then, if we set it up the way I want to when I can, it would be dumb. It would never look good. Not once.
Yeah, plus when I wear shirts like this, it green screens shit out, and it looks
I
really
own
weird.
too many shirts that get fucked over by green screens.
You have to wear dark shirts, or...
Yeah. Yes, it is offline because of the podcast, because Apple Podcasts has very strict rules for sounds that play on your podcasts, and I don't know which of how many of those are copyright, and so I just didn't want to deal with all the hassle of copyright on Apple Podcasts. So for this scene, I don't have it turned on. For every other scene, it will work, but for the podcast, it has to stay off. Just has to, even though the soundboard is amazing. I love it so much.
Is it?
Yes. I was telling him about it. It's a soundboard where when you give bits, instead of just giving bits with a message, you can also have it say, yeah, thanks, Dizzy. You did show me that. It's fucking sick. But the two cheapest ones, one is like, it costs 5 bits, so 5 cents, and it just pops up on screen and you hear the little kid, hello, motherfucker.
Well, hello, motherfucker.
And then for 10 cents, it's Obi-Wan. Hello there. Which, of fucking course it is. Had to be.
Don't like sand.
Oh yeah, $2.50.
Rough.
I don't like sand.
It's everywhere.
It's coarse and rough and irritating. It gets everywhere.
Man's looking like a DJ over here. Frickin'.
Oh, my new mixer, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. So the Go XLR, which is what that is fucking sick. I'll show you some of it later. Because I obviously don't have the mic hooked up to it yet, because I can't. Cause I forgot to buy a fucking cable, because I figured $400 microphone should probably come with cable, right? Fucking wrong, apparently. But it has stuff where I can, change how deep my voice is.
So we could sound like the African drug lords or whatever?
Or Corpse, from those Among Us videos I show you all the time. Wouldn't that be fucking sick? We jump into a bunch of random Fortnite games and I'm just a deep-voiced motherfucker all of a sudden.
Go in Pleasant Park.
What the fuck?
Well, hello there.
Just running. So many video ideas. But also, it has a soundboard built in so I can play a bunch of different stuff. It can also make my voice echo, which I think is funny for when we... You guys hear that? Oh, you guys heard that, right? Geek said we have to pay for his mic cord or we can't watch a stream. I don't think that's what I said. I just said I can't use my fucking mic because I forgot to buy a cord. And then I can't go get a cord tonight because fucking Walmart's closed.
Yeah, apparently Walmart closes now.
It never did before. Thanks, COVID. Also, Taco Bell closes now. So, thanks, COVID. Fuck you. I hate it. I hate COVID. But yeah, so I need to get a cord to make my mic work. My new mic. So we'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah, our Walmart, yours probably does now too. From what I heard, it's just a thing. Because they were excited because Walmart stores are now open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's like, why are we excited about that? That's barely half the time.
They got half the employees, and now the employees they got are lazy because they get a closing time now.
I'm sorry, I don't have $5 to sub to you. Please don't. If you have hours of time to watch Twitch, you have the money to sub to me. So I gotta put on an extra stupid fucking voice, or some motherfucker will
clip it out of context.
Yep. Yeah. So if I put on the extra stupid voice, should be good. I'm T-Pain. Yes, I can do that also. Get the auto-tune filter so I can sound like T-Pain. Great. You can also change the gender so you can sound female. That so much content from that thing that I can already think about.
Now, you can just do the podcast where people can't see it, right? And just sound like a female, and people will be more willing to subscribe.
Why'd you call me Sped? Or did you call him Sped? I'm gonna go with you called him Sped. Because it's more likely you than me.
Sped.
You know, like special ed?
Sped.
Okay. So
special ed's smarter than I am.
Ha! Self-burn. Those really aren't rare around here.
Yeah, they happen a lot around here.
You can't spell wonder, so you went with Sped. Oh, fuck. Dizzy clipped it out of context. Ah!
Leave it to Dizzy.
Leave it to Dizzy. Leave it to Beaver. I want to see what it is. You know, apparently.
I feel like the last thing he clipped was me tearing one of your shirts off.
I don't know. Clip's not available to watch yet, apparently. But, Wow Geek is just what I called. Who else but Dizzy? Can we make it a bit to showcase Wonder's hat every podcast? Oh, you are wearing a different hat this time. Hat showcase? No, hat showcase. Show off the hat, fuckhead.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
Camera's over
here. So it's got a walleye on it, and it's basically a fishing hat, basically. I don't know how well you can see that, right? But another Laramie River Station hat.
My free shirt from Streamlabs for becoming technically like a platinum member or whatever. So I've used their site and done so much stuff with Streamlabs that free shirt. Next thing I get's a free hoodie. Free stuff!
Yeah, they're really not that free.
That's kind of true, because I pay for Streamlabs every month. But
they're just like, it's been 6 months.
Teespring won't let me do hats until more merch is sold. You have to reach a certain threshold of sales before you can do hats, and I don't know what that threshold is. So I can't do hats.
It's a secret.
We're getting the Wonder for President merch. I just have to have the money to have someone design it because I am not an artist. I am an autist.
I said that under my breath. I was like, I probably don't want to say that on stream because that will get clipped out of context.
That's why I whispered it a little bit, but they probably heard it. It's fine. But I'm waiting for money to come in so I can get it designed. The Wonder for President merch. Also, the brains are weird, and my blanket gets more action than I do.
That's great.
That one's great.
That's great. Yeah, your blanket's comfortable. I've had sex on it multiple times.
Blanket gets more action than I do.
My blanket gets more action than I do.
What I love
Never
is that
thought
I
of it
have.
that way.
What I love is that I have to describe it to my graphic design artist. Why that's a thing?
Isn't that just gonna be Andy?
Yeah, but I still have to explain that my blanket gets more action.
He'll
than I do
understand.
thing.
He's an understanding human being.
Man, I hope so. The beep button? What? Oh, yeah, I can also bleep myself if I wanted to.
Oh.
Bleeper, fucker. Just bleep it
Bleep.
one word too early.
No. Just bleep the get and then just fucked cunt.
Fucked cunt. Beep, fucked cunt.
So people are like, what did he bleep that was worse than fucked cunt?
I literally just told you we can't do a hat. No. I don't.
Someday. Maybe. Someday.
But we can't do hats yet. Wonder hasn't bought enough merch to boost us there yet.
I bought quite a bit.
I know.
Freaking Secret Labs chair.
Well, that's not the merch. That's just the
I
thing.
bought 2 shirts.
2 shirts,
I
blanket.
bought a blanket.
That's it.
That's it for now.
For now. Oh, you got 3 more shirts you're gonna buy soon, though.
Yes.
Because
I'm saving my money to
Because I think you're getting all 3 of them. You're definitely gonna get the "You for President" shirt because it's you. I know you're gonna get the "My blanket gets more action than I do" because it's funny, and that the brains are weird ones, just fun, and I hope Andy can do something cool with it.
Right.
With the design.
Right. I probably don't, unless it turns out really well, I probably won't get the brains or weird one, but I definitely are going to get the other 2. We'll see. I might get the 3rd one. See how well my tips do as a bartender.
Okay, the thing is, I'm not paying for somebody to design something that I can't fucking use. That makes no sense. That's just wasting money. There's no guarantee I'll get to the point where I can use it. There's also no guarantee that I don't decide, fuck it, I don't want to use Teespring anymore and switch to something else.
Right.
Because I'm me. That's what I do. I get annoyed and I go somewhere else. That's why we switched to Mixer.
Yeah, that was going great.
That was such a good... See, normally it's when I decide to do something different that everything goes better.
Don't leave yourself up to growth if you don't.
All I know is we're not
Change.
designing a hat yet. You know, if you want to design a hat for free, you go right ahead. But if you decide to try to get it made and sell them, make sure none of my logos are on. I do have full copyright on everything. Also working on getting my name copyrighted, just, you know, or not copyrighted technically, trademarked. Because, you know, stupid idiots. Yeah, I'm totally not. Which part are you not doing? I'm very confused. You're not stealing my logo? That's fine. When does Wonder turn 35?
A while.
In
a
you're
while.
23? You
Oh.
turned 24 this year. So
11, 12 years. 11 years.
11 and
Let's
a
call
half
it 11
years.
and a half.
11 and a half years. Nice.
I got a while.
Not
Which,
that long,
honestly, not that long. It's scary. Pretty soon I'll be old and dying. Or young and dying.
Well, it can't be Wonder 2035. That's not an election year, but nice try, bud.
It's a good thought, though.
You tried. 2020 to 2024. Fuck, 2028, 2032, 2036 would be when he could run.
Which,
Yeah, he doesn't have the money.
I don't
run
have
for
the money
president.
to run for anything.
Also, I don't know if you'd support his ideals.
Well, nobody would, support my ideas because it doesn't involve rich people lining their pockets with money. So
It only involves you lining your pockets.
yes, yes.
The entire
Full-blown dictator right here.
No, the entire tax plan is just all of your taxes go to me.
Yeah.
We could crowdfund it with hats and begging simps for money. Zach, you are the only wonder simp in the world.
Destiny technically be a simp?
No. No. Not even close. Crowdfund it with hats. Doubt it.
We could have,
And
MAGA hats, except
we can't copy the hat bits. And what? Your slogan instead of MAGA would just be Ma? 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 Make America Wonder? It would just be Ma. Red Ma hats.
make Wonder American again.
No, we're definitely not doing WAP. Jesus fucking Christ.
It's a great song, by the way.
No, it's not.
Apparently it is, because it's the song of the fucking year. But somehow green eggs and ham is fucking offensive.
No, nobody's ever said that, by the way. Make shit up.
What?
Nobody said green eggs and ham was offensive.
Okay, so
There were
Pepe Le
six-
Pew is...
There were 6 Dr. Seuss books that people claimed were offensive, and literally no one's ever heard of any of them. I know you made the argument, well, I heard of the one, but you couldn't tell me which one it was, so obviously it wasn't that fucking important.
Well, it's not just, Dr. Seuss, it's also, Pepe Le Pew,
Okay, go
Elmer
watch.
Fudd.
Go watch Pepe Le Pew, and I'm not on the side of canceling things, but honestly, go watch it and tell me it doesn't feel at
Have
least.
you seen our fucking president?
Sure, but go watch Pepe Le Pew and tell me it doesn't at least feel a little rapey.
Hi, I'm Joe Biden. Oh, wait, you're not young enough for that.
Thanks.
You're not a child,
That's true.
so it wouldn't work.
No. See, you know what's funny? The Dr. Seuss is over party thing. You know who got that trending? The people who were bitching about canceling Dr. Seuss. That's not what happened.
My thing is just like, what? Why? Who cares? Who the fuck cares?
See, my thing is who the fuck cares? Because no one's read those fucking books anyways.
Well,
Sorry, not a single person who's bitched about it could actually name me the 6 books that were a problem. And then when you tell them, they've never heard of them. Because they were never fucking popular to begin with. But, here's the thing. One side decides we need to cancel this certain thing about this certain person. And then the other side goes, they're canceling this person, without doing any fucking research. Both sides, both points of that conversation are fucking stupid.
my thing is just why cancel them all?
That's fair.
Why
But-
cancel that, which is, a harmless thing, and
Okay.
not cancel WAP, which is
To be fair, racism isn't harmless.
really racism, though?
Have you read the books?
I mean,
That's what I thought.
I know one of the books has like a Chinese. It's supposed to be a Chinese person, basically. But they're trying to cancel Aristocats. They're trying to cancel Elmer Fudd because he has a gun. They're trying to.
Well, yeah, guns are scary.
Oh yeah. Yep. Guns are the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Every time I make jokes about that, somebody calls me a retard. Which doesn't make sense. Because I feel like you can tell I'm joking, but apparently my level of sarcasm has reached the point where you can't even tell.
Well, see, the
anymore.
problem is you're always sarcastic, so it just sounds normal.
That's fair.
I don't know.
I speak sarcasm and comic book nerd. Today I learned I can buy a long barrel shotgun with just my ID. Yeah.
Right.
Don't-
You gave them your ID. Therefore, the Pentagon gets your name.
And you got a background check as soon as you... Even if you just go look at rifles, half the time they background check you the moment you do that.
Yeah.
If you
try to purchase it,
no,
they will-
as soon as if they ask you for your ID and give it to them, they're background checking you, whether you end up buying the gun or not.
Well, they're not background checking
No,
you.
they-
They're checking to make sure you are of age
But
to
no.
have that firearm. Or
The only time I've ever gone and looked at guns, I gave them my ID and they went and fucking scanned it like they were.
they shouldn't have had to do that. They only have to do it during purchases.
My biggest thing is I don't give a fuck. Do it. What are you
Right.
gonna find?
Right, and that's how my thing is. It's like,
It's
who
like,
cares? I
that's
don't
fine.
care. I
Go
mean,
do the background check.
You can do the.
That, especially start it now. So if I decide I want the gun, it's already the process
yeah,
is
it's
going.
done. All you have to do is sign the paperwork.
Like that's fine. Thought you needed like licenses and no, that's the whole argument. We argue that we don't want that because it's pointless. The biggest thing is we want more regulations on guns that I can own, or I've never actually heard an argument where they want to take away every gun. That's never been an argument that any politician has truly
right.
made.
It would never
No,
happen if they outright just said, we want
Right.
to take all your guns.
There are a lot of people.
They're going
who
to
have
take it
said
through
that.
steps, basically. They'll just be
But-
like, we're going to ban this. It's nothing big. We're just banning,
Bump stocks.
magazines and bump stocks. So it's nothing big. Well, then next year, it's like, well, we're banning this style of
Right.
rifle. And then
The
the
biggest-
next year, well, now you aren't allowed to have hunting rifles. You can only have shotguns. Well, next thing you know, somebody shot so-and-so with a shotgun. We need to get rid of those, too. Pretty soon, you don't have anything.
Also, shotguns are like the. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I read a theory that shotguns violate the Geneva Convention, which is intriguing. There's an actual reason why that I can't remember, but it's very intriguing.
The Geneva Convention?
Yeah. I'll go through that one with you later, buddy.
I
But-
guess I'm not big on conventions. I don't know.
Yes, I'm not. But
Okay, uploaded screenshot.
oh god,
This ought to be good.
look at Discord. I don't know if I want to. Oh my god, he already made the fucking hat. Oh my god, make America wonderful again. That one's not bad.
That's not too bad. It actually looks pretty good too. Except, get a little curve in the bill. I'm not a flat bill hat kind of guy.
So curve it yourself.
I mean, yeah,
Sell it as a flat bill because then anyone could wear it. I like flat bills, so I could buy the hat and wear it how I wanted to. Then because you like it curved, just fucking bend the fucker.
Yeah,
no,
the problem is you do it wrong and then you get kinks and shit up.
No,
everywhere.
use a can. A full can and then wrap it around it. It won't kink and it'll bend it perfectly. There you go.
I'd just prefer to sell the hat like this. Never been a fan.
Well, if we're selling it,
Just
it's
make
not
two
you
different
who sell
hats. Just make two different
it.
hats.
Again, can't sell hats anyways. But thanks for the design, Dizzy. Appreciate it.
If we get to that point, we will be sure to
Hey, you? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, compensate you 3%? Because we only get 4%.
Pretty much. I'm sending it to Zach so he sees because he's
Curious.
too,
You
yeah.
have piqued his curiosity.
There you go.
It looks good though.
I'll
I
make
think I
my
like it.
version of Wonder for President hat after I finish this keyboard. Turning an old trashy keyboard into an RU length. Oh, intriguing. Where were we? What were we talking about?
Oh, guns and shit.
But
Cancel culture.
no, the thing with guns is making them harder for me to get as a person with no criminal record doesn't solve the fucking problem. All these people who commit these, giant shootings and shit are people who weren't supposed to have fucking guns anyways.
I can say
Nothing's
very
gonna
few
change it.
very few times, where the person wasn't on the FBI watch list. The
No, that's
FBI
not
would have just
true.
done
literally, like, what, 0 of the school shootings have been somebody on a watch list. But they're kids who aren't allowed to own fucking guns.
But there's been, several of the cases of the school shootings, people were like, you know what? These people have a problem, and they've said things to other people, and they were just like, don't worry about it. He's fine. The next thing you know, he shoots it up, and then they're like...
But that's another question.
Told you.
Do you require mental health checks before you can buy a gun? Because we all know somebody who we think shouldn't own a gun. You see him at the gun range, and it's like, fuck, we are all gonna die today.
It's like the Boulder, Colorado shooting. That guy was on the FBI watch list. The FBI was watching him, I should say.
The FBI's watching everybody. Say hi to the CIA man in the camera.
But, it's just like, the FBI know about most everybody,
but also,
they don't.
How's the war
act.
on drugs going?
Yeah, right, exactly. That's another.
Are people still on drugs?
It's the same thing. They're illegal, most of them.
Right. Even right now, weed's illegal, but I bet you I could go out and buy some and have some within the next hour. I'd put $100 on that.
I'm not betting that.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, so...
I also don't give enough of a fuck.
Yeah, and I had a problem with that because there was a bill that was introduced that would have stopped that guy from being able to buy a firearm. But it was turned down by, guess who? Wasn't the Republicans. It was the Democrats that didn't like the bill.
I've always
and I thought that was
supported
confusing.
the what's called common sense gun laws. Not what some people call them. Like when Andrew Yang was talking about them. Background checks, mental health checks, fixing the loopholes of, like, auctions and gun shows. Where you like, Wyoming's not as bad. Like, if you go to the gun show in Torrington, they send it to Gary's and you have to go through a background check and whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot of gun shows aren't like that. You just go to a gun show, buy a gun, and walk out.
But the problem with the thing at that, though, is the only, there's very few places that are like that. Most places are like, okay, you have to go to Gary's gun shop and go through him. But the places that have those where you could just go to a garage sale and buy a firearm, mostly like Texas and shit like that. How many shootings do you have in Texas? Not very many. Not very many.
But
that's just because guns are kind of like religion down there.
Oh, wait, geek. Oh, wait, Dizzy. What?
You're dizzy now.
I am an affiliate with Secret Labs. Yes, sir. The link in the About section... well, it's a picture, technically. Picture of the Secret Lab chair in the About section of this. Secret Labs is weird. They don't give a code. They just give you a link that people can use, and it doesn't actually change the price of a chair. Doesn't take it up or down. But if you buy a chair using my link, I get 8% of the value of the chair.
Right, which, you're kind of like, okay, so basically you're just buying a chair and part of that goes to him. But at least your money goes...
But it's like if you're going to buy the chair anyways, why not?
To your content creator,
Say less, Queen. Ooh, you buying a Secret Labs chair?
I already bought one.
I can tell you, and he's sat in my chair a couple of times. They're fucking nice.
Especially
also,
if you're a big guy.
The best part, honestly, is this fucking pillow. You felt how memory foamy and soft that pillow is?
It's just like it's like it's like what the hell do you call it?
Memory
those
foam.
beds.
Oh, like a Tempur-Pedic
Tempur-Pedic bed. It's just like a Tempur-Pedic bed, but a pillow.
Honestly, I would recommend... I know he got a leather one. But the soft weave fabric one is nice.
Yeah, they're nice. The reason I went with leather one is because I'm always constantly eating in my chair.
Yeah, so he spills
and drinking.
things.
So I spill stuff sometimes, or I get chocolate in my chair and it melts in my, gooch.
That's fair.
And,
you don't want to...
I don't want chocolate matted into my... So I got leather so I can just wipe it off. But the leather ones are still good.
Well, I don't know how much. I don't know what the cheapest one is. I don't think the soft weave is I don't think the Softweave adds to the price. It might.
No, it depends on if you get.
It
So like
just
you can
depends
just
on
get
the size.
generic colored or whatever. It's going to be cheaper.
Oh, does
But they
it?
also have.
Really?
But they had a deal. I bought mine for 300 and so they say 450, but I waited and they had a deal
Yeah.
for the $450 one. I bought for like 360 something. They had like
But
50%
also,
off or something like
I
that.
do have to say
Or 30%.
that, and also look at which chair you're buying, because the Titan XL just starts off as the most expensive. The Titan's the second most, and then
Yeah. But they're good chairs. They also have your it's kind of nice because they kind of, if you don't know which chair you know it would be good
allows
for you,
to
they
check
actually
your size.
yeah, they actually show you like the weight,
Right.
what the recommended weight is, and
That's why I got a Titan.
right.
Because I would have went with the Omega, but my biggest thing is, yes, $500 seems like a lot for a chair. How many chairs did I have in a span of a year when I was buying cheap $100 chairs off
Right.
Amazon?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
they're fucking plywood at the bottom, and the plywood wouldn't break, but where the screw for the different pieces would be, it would just strip the fucking screw out of there.
Yep, that's what's
So then
happening
my
to
chair's
chair.
all fucking wobbly. Secret Lab chairs are made out of solid fucking metal.
Yeah, they actually, did you notice if you go to the website, they have a thing you can click on, and it shows them with a vehicle driven up on that stand. They actually have a stand with like a ramp on it. They have a vehicle,
Yep.
just has the engine block on it basically. So they can hold. They're rated for a certain amount of weight, but they can hold a lot more.
Oh, yeah. But my biggest thing is, yes, $500 seems like a lot for a chair, but I've had this one for 2 years now,
Yeah.
and every other chair I've had to get a new one in 6 months.
So like I've had
So
an
it's like-
office chair, and I'm not a very big person, but I have an office chair, and the handles are like poking out, and the steel is coming, and like the screws are coming up through the fabric, and digging into my ass cheeks, and then you got the steel in the back popping out, and I've actually cut myself a few times on my arms because I'll put my arms back and slice them on that steel that's pulled out of the back of the chair.
Yeah. But it's like,
I've only
yes,
had it for 8 months.
$500 seems like an expensive ordeal right now, or $350 or whatever you pay. Seems very expensive at the time of purchase. But if you look at it in the how many times would I have to replace a $100 chair compared to how long I could use this
Right.
for?
And this chair's you'll probably still have it in 15 years.
I've had this one for 2 years, and it's easily got another 5 in it, and
Or
that's
more.
just before. Now, in 2 years, or even a year, will I be the guy who's like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a new chair? Probably, but that's just because I'm me. I like new shit. Let me put it this way, all right? But I'm gonna do Stealth Titan Prime Leather. I have kids, I can't do 500 for a chair. No, I totally understand that. I'm just saying, I'm using my grandmother's office chair from the 70s. How much did she pay for it, though?
Well, probably not as much as we would.
Well, not as, but if you adjusted for inflation, how
Right.
much would it, at the time, how much just was it worth? I guess you only paid $20 for your chair.
Yeah.
I paid $80 for it.
I got a good 6-8 months out of
Yeah,
it.
and that was honestly just a spare chair. That's why it was still so nice when you got it.
Mhm.
Like, Anthony sat in it like 10 times. You sat in it a bunch.
Here.
Yeah, here. Because that was just my extra chair for when we did podcasts and stuff. I just gotta save up, like I said, for the podcast set, it's gonna be 4 of these chairs. I just don't know if I'm gonna go with the Softweave fabric because I think it's the most comfortable. It's less hot.
Right.
Leather just gets hot. That's part of the thing that I enjoy.
Well, it allows for air to circulate, but I don't really care.
Fair enough.
I eat too much and get too much chocolate on my chairs.
I've never spilled anything on this chair. I do need to take a vacuum to it, though. A little dirty.
Dusty.
Do you know where we fucking live?
Wyoming.
Do you know
the wind's
how
always
off-
blowing dust everywhere?
Well, and this fucking window's open.
Uh-huh.
Because there's always dust. I clean out my PC once every month. And I mean, just it's still kind of gross right now. And it's like I cleaned it out 2 weeks ago. But if you take your finger along the bottom, you just
It's like my PlayStation. I have
gross.
freaking shit
oh,
that gets...
look at my fucking PlayStation. It's disgusting.
Yeah. But mine looks like that, a week after I cleaned it.
Right.
And it's like, shit, I didn't even know there was a draft in my room, but somehow it gets dustier and...
Or I love right on the edge of my
Right.
mouse pad. It's like, oh, that's what color that desk is supposed to be.
Or like ceiling fans.
Oh
when
my
I
God,
throw
that
shit up
one's
in the
fucking
ceiling fans, it rains fucking
Oh,
shit
my
down.
ceiling fan's disgusting.
Yeah.
But I haven't even turned it off in like 5 years. It just sits there and spins. All the time. Needs circulation. This room's hot enough as it is. But yeah, I'm gonna need the government to hit us with that $2,000 stimmy.
Did you get your stimulus yet?
No.
Did you finally get that shit situated?
Yeah. Such a pain in the ass. You don't have a car loan or a home loan or student loans.
You have to be in debt in order to get it.
It's like so because I'm not a fucking moron, I can't get my stimulus or my tax return or any of that.
Yep. Much.
You're un-American if you're not in debt. If you're smart with money, then you're fucked.
Yep.
It's like I don't buy things until I have the money to buy things, which sucks because
Have the money very often.
yeah. Every 6 months, I get the money to do some sort of something. Microphone. Anubis is playing Outriders. Good luck trying to buy anything without any credit card. I have a bank card. You don't need
I
a
have
credit
a debit card.
Yeah, a debit card. Which, if I don't have the money, I don't get to buy the thing. Which is nice. Can't over fucking draw my account.
And I can't tell you how many times I've heard, What are you gonna do when you need a loan and you have bad credit? Well, see, there's one big problem that I have with having credit. And I know this because I have a decent credit score, because going through and paying for my $30,000 truck took me 5 years to do, but I got it paid off. But I had a great credit score. And, while I was making payments on my truck, because I was always on time, sometimes early, so I had a really good credit score. Well, I haven't, since I paid my truck off, I haven't been in debt. And since I haven't been in debt, my credit score has dropped like 40 points because I'm not in debt. You have to be in debt in order to have a good credit score. And that's bullshit. It'd be one thing to get a good credit score, and then you're out of debt, and then say you take a loan out 15 years later, you still have that credit score. That's one thing. But somehow you're just going to get worse at paying shit off, apparently 8 months later when you decide to get another loan or something like that. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's basically you have to rely on the government and be in debt in order to get anything you want.
Man's really gonna try to buy a house with cash. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I still live where I do. Is because I'm gonna wait, save up the money, and I'm not gonna buy a house. I'm gonna buy land and build a house because
It's kind of better that way.
well, I get the exact fucking house I want.
Mhm.
And probably for cheaper than any of the other houses I would have bought.
Right.
And I get exactly what I want, how I want it. Because I'm a needy bitch like that.
I'm a needy bitch.
I'm not just a bitch, I'm king bitch, okay? But yeah, I'm just gonna save up the money and then just buy a house. I don't know if you can technically do it with cash. Might have to write a check. But
Yeah, just transfer money from your bank.
what I'm saying is there will be enough money in my bank account to cover it.
Right.
No loans, none of that stupid shit. Because
So it's like my mom. When she got it, she could have just paid for her truck, but she decided, you know what, my credit score's dropped a bunch because I have the money to buy shit, so I'm gonna pay for half of my truck and then I'm gonna finance the rest, which is stupid to me because you end up paying more money due to interest.
Yeah.
You don't actually pay. So if the truck's $60,000 and you decide to finance the other $30,000, you end up paying another $45,000 just because of interest. I want to pay that price for that thing. I don't want to have to pay another $15,000 because we have to collect insurance because you didn't pay us right away. But you pay them right away, then you have shitty credit score. You can't get a job. You can't get... It's fucked. It's a fucked society. Credit score is retarded and stupid.
This is America. Fuck you.
Welcome to America.
Yeah, it's kind of a trash place to live, let's be real. Our system is so goddamn broken. But, man, what can you do?
But, yeah, that's
You
probably
can't change it,
yeah.
so...
Probably kind of a topic for a podcast.
Different day.
Yeah.
It's really not good. I don't understand how people can hear all the flaws, and then I could go through, do the research, find every other system that's better, and the argument ends up being, well, you could live in this fucking country that's not... It's like, that's not the point. My argument is, of the well-established countries, America's pretty shit.
Well, I would say probably healthcare is one of the big ones.
Oh, we're fucking awful there, bud. The gang moves to Canada. Fuck that, it's cold.
I'm just lazy and don't like to move.
If I'm moving, I'm going somewhere where the majority of the time it's warm. Which is weird, because I will just stay in the house with the air conditioner on. But I'd rather stay in the house with the air conditioner on than the heater.
Right.
But also, I can go do things whenever I want to.
You can go stand out and smoke a cigarette without your dingling it going inside out because it's so cold outside.
It's like, I need to go outside to smoke a cigarette. Let me put on 3 coats, pair of gloves, extra pairs of pants.
There you go. Move to Germany. My
No.
family came from Germany.
No, I'm alright. I don't think Germany is the choice. And technically, because, America, I can't ever move out of this country.
Yeah, now anyway. He thought about it, but now he
That was the
won't
plan.
make a living at all.
I was going to go to Australia or to Ireland, hadn't picked it out. Well, Australia just because it's warm, and then there's a bunch of cool shit in Australia. But also...
But they got spiders the size of
and
basketballs.
snakes and fucking that type of shit. And then there's Ireland. There's no snakes. So, boom, benefit.
Ireland's got snakes, I'm pretty sure.
No,
They don't have any snakes?
none.
I have a problem with
I don't like snakes.
I don't have a problem with them.
I don't like snakes. Only dead snake's a good snake. That's not what I wanted to say, but that's what came out. Only good snake's a dead snake.
Yeah.
And when I kill snakes, it's not just cut the head off with a shovel. It's
I used to be freaked out by spiders, but then the most deadly spider in the state of Wyoming bit me, and I was like, meh.
I still don't fucking like spiders.
Yeah. I'd rather not get bit again just because it was painful, but...
Moves to Denmark? Nah. I can't move out of this country. You two, if you are a YouTuber, you now have to pay American taxes, even if you live somewhere. In one snake in like 8 years. Nice. I guess I haven't seen a snake yet. We're getting close.
Well,
to
it's
time.
just now getting warm enough for them to kind of start coming out of their dens, but I'll see on average 150 snakes a year. Most of them are bull snakes and garden snakes, but do come across a few
I only see
rattlesnakes.
like 10, and every one of them ends up being blown to smithereens. Shotguns.
Well, I usually don't kill bull snakes, but
I don't give a
I
fuck.
have been because they've decided to start killing our birds for whatever fuck. They can't swallow them. The birds are too big for them to swallow, but they think they can and get them killed and swallow the head and neck, and then can't get the body down, so they regurgitate the head and neck, and then just there's a dead bird. So fuck you, I'm starting to kill you now.
But I don't like to leave any bits of snake, so 5 or 6 shots with a shotgun normally leaves it, so
He likes hamburgered snake.
I don't think You have to pay U.S. taxes even if you live in other countries, like overseas. English teachers pay. But no, that's not what I'm saying, fuckhead. If I was born in Ireland and was doing YouTube, I'd still have to pay U.S. taxes.
Right.
Which is fucking wrong. And also, if I decided to move, I wouldn't pay U.S. taxes because as soon as I got citizenship in that country, I'm doing whatever it takes, whatever the thing is that you have to do to revoke your U.S. citizenship. I would stop being a U.S. citizen as soon as possible. Because if I moved away, then I've decided that I'm gone. And I wouldn't come back. Well, okay, I'd come back, visit people, say hello. But I wouldn't move back.
At some point, you're not going to need it, you're not going to need anything to get back into the U.S. You can just walk across the border and say, hey, hello, Texas.
I literally can't ever now, though. Based off the new way YouTube wants to do that. Because you only get 55% of your total revenue from YouTube anyways. But then, you'd have to pay, let's say I moved to Ireland, I'd have to pay Irish taxes, then I'd have to pay US taxes, and boom, I have no money left.
By the way, yeah, and by the time it's all said and done, you get 2 or 3% of profit, and that's just not enough to
That's not worth it.
Live off of.
But if I moved to a different country, I would be ready to give up my US citizenship.
I would keep it.
Why? No, because why the fuck would I want to pay taxes in a country I don't want to live in? Why the fuck do I want to support the most broken system?
Well,
what do we pay taxes for? Because none of it does any fucking good.
Well, all we do is... It'd be better... Well, hey, you pay taxes in the U.S., they pay it to other countries, you'd probably get paid better in the other country and get your money back better that way than...
Probably true. But I mean, go outside. Are any of the roads around here any good? Fucking no.
Pretty shitty. And Wyoming wants to go to the whole fucking tax per mile a vehicle goes,
Why is every school having to cut budget everywhere? Why are the textbooks at every school 60 years old?
Right.
We're not teaching kids actual things. Because half of the shit in those textbooks is fucking wrong.
Well, yeah, if you look at an older textbook, say 15 years old, and then you get a new one, they're fucking different.
Yeah.
If it's history, why the fuck is it changing?
But hey, don't worry, we still have more nukes and a strong military. It's like, cool, but your own citizens are fucking dying.
Oh, yeah, we're struggling for money. We can't afford, $5 billion for a wall, but we can afford to send trillions to other countries. Okay.
Or even we can only
gender shit.
Yeah, we can only afford to give U.S. citizens $1,400.
What was $600? Their first thing was $600, and
okay. But by that argument, just because Minnesota is decent doesn't mean the whole U.S. is. On average, the U.S. is shit. Everywhere is shit.
Honestly,
roads are shit, schools are shit. Everything your taxes are supposed to be keeping up and making good are shit.
Well,
sure, maybe in your state it's not, but there's lots of things about Minnesota that aren't that fucking great.
Right.
Let's be real.
My thing is, doesn't Minnesota have a state tax?
Yeah.
So Wyoming doesn't have a state tax. So Minnesota pays double what Wyoming does. So in all reality,
it should be better. If it wasn't, that's a bigger problem. That's why places like California are such a fucking problem. Because you're paying way more in taxes than we ever will, and everything is even worse.
Right.
And things are really fucking bad here. But you're paying extra in taxes, and you see nothing for it.
Right. See, Wyoming's... And I don't understand why Wyoming is struggling for money. We sit on one of the biggest natural resource deposits in the world.
We don't get anything from it anymore.
But the thing is the states around Wyoming make money off of Wyoming, but Wyoming doesn't make any money.
Yeah.
And now, nobody's making any money because this administration is a war on fossil fuels. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I also think it's dumb to fight a fucking war.
No.
When nothing can replace it yet.
Right. I like the idea of going all green, but we just can't do it yet.
We can't.
Not yet.
Because there's only one answer.
But don't fight a war on fossil fuels when we still have to depend on it.
Because there's only one answer to going green, and it's the one that's being worked on the least. Nuclear power is not the answer to going green. Have you seen every other nuclear plant in the world? How's Chernobyl doing?
Right.
How's that one place in Japan doing? How they doing? See how nuclear works? It's unstable.
Did you see where they now have a battery that is nuclear charged?
Yeah, it runs on nuclear fission.
Yep, fusion and
Fission.
fission.
That might be
It's
fusion.
fusion, I'm pretty sure.
But it's very whatever. That's not the important
they've
part here.
made a battery. It's prototype for
Yeah.
now, but they've made a battery that will go on your phone or electronic, and you will never have to charge it again until it explodes, and then you
I was gonna say,
die of radiation poisoning.
until whatever's in it.
But supposedly, if it does fail, it has a built-in deal where it just basically shuts itself down.
What you'd have to do is, yes, the battery does all of that, but then surrounding the battery is just a solid sheet of lead, which your phone would be heavy as fuck.
I'm fine with that shit. I carry.
Just fucking work it out all day.
Let's say you just have one big arm, and that's your texting arm.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So
I could blame it on my phone, okay?
So nuclear is not the answer. Wind. You know what the biggest problem is with wind? Too reliant on fucking wind. Wind isn't something you can calculate. Wind just happens or it doesn't. Nuclear unstable. Dude, the entire thing with nuclear is that the things that create nuclear fusion or nuclear fission, whichever one we're fucking running off of, these elements have a half-life. They are unstable elements. That's why they can do what they do. They are unstable. Nuclear is an awful choice. And when shit can... well, the fail-safes are bad. Have you ever been to any... Have you done any research on just anything in the U.S.? Our electrical grid is 70 years old. It was rated to last 40 years. It's going to fail soon. But, no, there's lots of arguments against nuclear. Just because you don't want to accept them doesn't mean anything.
I feel like we could do stuff with nuclear. I just don't feel like it's, we've figured out how to keep it stable enough. So if it does fail,
have you noticed how prone the U.S. is to cataclysmic events or just stuff that would, cause the same thing as what happened in Fukushima? Hurricanes on the East Coast, earthquakes on the West Coast, tornadoes throughout the Midwest. It's like, really? Are we this fucking stupid? Look at France. A lot of France is powered by nuclear. How many nuclear disasters have they had? Yet? Maybe none. That doesn't mean that it can't happen. Nuclear's
It only has to happen one throughout its lifespan, and then that whole area is fucked.
Also, France is so small that all of France is probably fucked.
Pretty much.
But then, wind is too reliant on wind. Hydro just destroys the ecosystem of wherever it's at. Kills fish, kills all the natural everything there. The only true answer to sustainable energy is solar, and it's the one that's not being worked on. Because technically we put, I think it's 4 square miles of solar panels in Nevada, we can power the entire world. But solar, to gather solar energy, it has to be daytime. So we don't have a way to store that energy.
And I've had people say, yes, we do. We literally have batteries. Well,
Batteries don't store well enough.
no.
And
no.
they're not high capacity enough. We need to work on a different storage idea. but nobody is. Or maybe somebody is, but it's definitely not being talked about. You want to give me something to drink? Water, probably, maybe. No.
You don't
No.
want coffee creamer to drink?
No!
We did that once.
Yeah, we've done that one before. Apparently I'm having a cough.
Feel tired?
Jesus. Bougie water. No, I didn't say booty water.
He likes that booty water. Extra tang.
How did we go from entitled streamers to
Nuclear power?
just power in general? But if we want to be fair, our parents work at a coal-fired power plant. We have the actual facts on how much pollution that actually puts off. And we use it with a scale that's more relative to our area. So, in an entire year, that power plant creates less pollution than 1 week of traffic in Denver, Colorado. So,
Well, I think they base it off a percentile.
but
So-
it's still a smaller percentile.
Out
than
of a
week
1 to 100% pollution, that power plant's giving off like 0.09% pollution.
something like that.
So literally the power plant in Wheatland sells their emission stuff to other power plants so that they can pass their emission shit. Because the power plant in Wheatland has probably spent more money on pollution stuff than any other power plant in the United States.
But
So it is the cleanest burning power plant in the United States, as far as I'm concerned. Like it's all steam. That's all that comes out of the stacks.
Pretty much.
It's all just water vapor.
pretty much.
Because they have billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of other chemicals that they add that cleans all that,
Go
pollution
leave your
out.
diesel truck running for a year. We'll see which one puts out more carbon.
Right, right. So, honestly, if
the
you want to
true-
focus on making things clean for now, you can still make things cleaner. Just make other power plants. Instead of sending all that money across seas, how about we send them to the power plants to allow them to build, the cleaner technology? Because that's all it is. It's the Wheatland power plant makes so much money. They were able to do that.
The true issue with fossil fuel, with not all fossil fuels, because oil, that's a pollutant that's pretty not great. But the true issue with fossil fuels is that there is not an unlimited amount.
Right. It will run out.
We will
eventually.
run out of coal eventually. We will run out of oil. We will run out of natural gas.
So that's why I still support the fact of finding an alternative source of power. But
we have to do it correctly.
It's going to be a while before we run out of coal and oil
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's going to be a while.
But it
long
would
time.
also be
probably
nice if-
200, maybe more.
Well, that math changes every year because of just... And
Well-
I bet if we continue on the trajectory of 2020, it's probably under 50. Just because now everybody's working from home.
Well,
Now everybody's using an incredible amount of power more than what they had.
right. Well, not only that, but you got to think, when's the next pandemic going to happen? Because that increased the projection because people not going to work, people not driving
But
vehicles.
here's the
people.
biggest thing. Is the world ever going to go back to where it was? I don't think so. Employers have realized people can work from home. So they can cut back on commercial real estate. They don't need an office building anymore. We can just let the workers work from home. Which then means you lose the jobs for people like janitors and the technicians and that type of thing. Are you saying no to the world going back to normal? I feel like that's what he's saying no to. But I don't know. He might be wanting to try to argue with us on the power plant thing, which
I'm just saying that
one
when
will
we
lose.
get to the point
Actually,
where we can switch to a better power source or energy source, I'm all for it. For now, we just can't.
okay. I was going to say, if you truly want to get into the whole coal thing, I'll just have Rena on the podcast one day.
Right, yeah.
She can bring you the
super
actual
smart.
fucking... Not only is she super smart, she's the head safety coordinator out there, and she can get all of the numbers on everything because she fucking has
Well, she
to.
probably has it off the top of her head anyway.
So she can come give you all
Because
the numbers and tell you why everything you're being told about this stuff is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Again,
The
I'm
thing
not
is,
against finding a different power source.
The
We just
planet
don't
is being polluted, but it isn't by the United States.
No,
it's from
We're
China,
actually
Saudi
one of
Arabia.
the cleanest countries in
Yeah.
the world.
It's not us.
Other
We need
than-
to focus on the other countries.
We
right
do
now.
have some of the highest carbon emissions just due to personal vehicles.
Right.
But that's because we drive more than any other country.
right.
Because we're a big fucking country.
But even at that, our vehicles have stipulations. They can only emit a certain amount of emissions.
In
Other
some
countries,
states, our state's not like that. Our state doesn't have
Right,
emissions
right.
laws.
right.
But that's also because I think emissions laws are
But look at our population.
I was going to say you also lack emissions laws in places where the entire population of it is
We have
basically for farming.
500,000 people.
But no, it's also just farming. You
Right.
need the...
right.
How well are you going to control the emissions on a tractor?
Right. But think of it like my mom's truck. They're
Yeah.
starting
Oh,
to
but,
make
yeah.
vehicles.
Well,
where
every
you have
vehicle
to-
is already building in these emissions controls, and they have since like 2003.
right.
My car has emissions control stuff on it.
Well, the reason why Wyoming's so bad is because people literally removed that so that they could do stupid exhaust
Oh,
jobs
yeah.
and make their truck louder. So
They-
they have no back
or-
pressure. They're not fast. They're just loud as fuck.
Or the idiots who make their little cars sound like how my Toyota does
Yeah.
because the exhaust is broken.
Right,
It's like,
yep.
I don't want it to sound like this. But it's how it sounds like. But then there's people like Bradley who are like, I sawed my muffler off and my car sounds cool.
Well, it's like those people that they have this jacked up trucks with big ass engines and they have nothing for an exhaust basically.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why my little gasser kicks the shit out of them in a freaking race. It's because they have no back pressure.
Yeah.
They just blow all their smoke out and they have no back pressure, so it's like, run! And they go this fast.
But also, most of the
Just
time,
saying.
diesels aren't fast. Not what they're built for. They're built for...
Torque, but
It's
my mom's
it's
truck's
torque,
fucking
not
fast.
horsepower. There's a difference there.
Well, they got
Important.
horsepower.
Not as much.
They're usually evened out as far as torque and horsepower. But when you get rid
Finish
of
my keyboard. Time to work on a Wonder Hat. Well, send it to me when you get it done. Got anything? We have been a scramble of topics.
that's usually about how it is, how we go.
Twitch streamers, don't be stupid cunts.
Yes.
There we go.
Be grateful.
Yeah.
Be grateful. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Jesus, we went for an hour and 40 minutes of actual time,
Right.
not the 5 minutes of.
Yep.
Pretty decent one for just us two.
I think I'm ready to go home and do the shower.
I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the night. I gotta get this uploaded.
I'm all sticky.
I also have to get figure out a video for next week since I was gonna work on this one. I can't use that microphone yet, so I can't record anything new really either because I
Right.
have it set up.
I can't wait to stream with you online and just listen to you fuck with that thing.
Dude, okay, yeah, I gotta show you that before you leave. But I think we'll call it there. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.